Welcome. I'm so grateful that you have joined me today for this session. My name is Carrie Ralston Jackson, and I am your life transformation specialist. Today, I would really like to share with you a little bit about my own journey and offering a short reflection exercise to help you release control and the 5 S's that you can utilize to make meaningful steps to live your life more in the flow. Also, have your journals handy for later. Um, I am a certified life coach and emotion code practitioner. I absolutely love all sorts of natural healing, including crystals, essential oils, and other modalities that I've learned over the years in my healing sessions for myself and also for my clients. I'm currently finishing my last 2 classes to obtain my master's in psychology, and I'm completing a full body flowology certification, which is a technique to use foot zoning and essential oils in it to help release low vibrating energies. And it's a beautiful complement to the other modalities that I currently use. And as always, I am a student in the game of life. The, the most that I've learned and the best lessons that I've learned have come from just life experience rather than out of a textbook. My passion is to support women who have a challenge loving themselves and caring for themselves. And so I absolutely love seeing progress in my clients as they heal and discover their own true you. My purpose and calling is also to assist you in different things that have held us back and keep us from who we really are and walking in that, such as weight issues, self-destructive thoughts, feelings, behaviors, any body or self-image issues that we may face. And sometimes, or oftentimes, these are a result of childhood trauma. Some good news, I'm gifting a 30-minute session, and they can be customized. So either emotion code, flowology, or a mixed session with any of these two or any other modalities that I use. We'll crack that up. But I'm gifting 2 of these to somebody who watches this presentation and comments while it's going on. So comment away so that you have a chance, if you would like a chance to win those sessions. So a little bit about my personal life. I live in Central Texas on a farm with my husband and my 3 daughters. They're all teenagers, so life is fun, always. I have an adult son and a daughter-in-law and 2 precious grandgirls that I didn't know life could get better until I didn't have them, but until my son and his wife blessed us with those girls. But my life was not always this glamorous. I used to be a total, complete and total control freak. I used to think that everything had to be under my control. Like I had to do this and I had to have my hand in that. My poor husband, the more he tried to do things that I wanted or my way, the more I realized that I didn't even know what that was most times because of where I was emotionally and because of the traumas that I had gone through. Nothing was ever right. And I'm so grateful that I realized just how amazing he is. So my poor children, when they were young, they had to have their hair done just right. They had to dress a certain way. And they've always been very expressive. And I tried to tame that. And I'm so thankful that that didn't really happen because they pretty much they do their own thing, and I'm grateful for that now. In the moment when I was trying to run that tight ship, it was a challenge, which is very much a force energy. So anyway, even though I was trying to control things around me, I realized that it was not the things around me that needed to be dealt with. It was me. I was totally out of control myself. My physical body was deteriorating. Health issues kept piling up. The emotional and stress eater part that I had been dealing with got even stronger. And I just gained an uncontrollable amounts of weight. And I went so far as to having a gastric bypass in an attempt to control this weight or my health, and my health was not the solution. It was definitely a forced decision that I realized over time that it created more problems rather than helping. And at this point, it took me a long time to get here, but I am very grateful for that experience and the lessons that it taught me. But I spent many, many years being angry all the time, having explosive anger outbursts, and sometimes with like little to no cause, like just angry about anything and everything. So even though this need to control everything for me came from childhood trauma, where absolutely nothing was safe, stable, and I had no control over anything, I realized that this behavior was keeping me from a good relationship, a healthy relationship with my family. And I say friends. I didn't have any friends. I really felt like I needed to control my friends or what they thought or what they believed. And so I really isolated for a while because I didn't like what they thought or believed, or it was just ridiculous. But I was in a ridiculous place of I had to control everything, or, and so it left me very lonely and in a really bad place for a long time. And it really kept me from developing that relationship with my creator. And it kept me from realizing my dreams, my purpose, my goals, and achieving that. So now, if you found yourself needing to control, here's a perfect time. Drop an "oh yeah" in the comments. If this is speaking to you, and you know that you need to listen further, then let me know. So oftentimes controlling behavior is developed in people with natural rigid personalities. And you'll catch yourself saying should, must, have to, I have to do this, I must do this, I should behave this way. This is often created in an attempt to protect oneself or others. It can also be a trauma response, like I said earlier, for those of us who grew up in chaotic or abusive relationships, childhood relationships. And these situations, these traumas that we live through make it very, very complicated for children to develop healthy attachments. And it's these attachments that dictate how we view our world and ourselves. So there's a lot of unlearning to do if this was your childhood experience. The good news is, no matter why you have developed a need to control things, that we also have the ability to release it. And all the underlying thoughts, all the negative beliefs, all the traumas, the emotions, and other energies that play into this, that will allow us freedom. So just a quick little side note, for anybody who might be going, oh, energy healing, I don't understand this. My story back in 2014, it was a couple years after my gastric bypass, and I got sicker and sicker and sicker. I was introduced to the world of energy healing. And my first introduction was essential oils. And I realized that they had such an impact. They made such an impact on our physical and emotional and spiritual health. And I got more and more into them and realized the healing that they brought. Somewhere in this, through this, I was introduced to a woman who was talking about and addressing the religious confines that I was in. And I really had a hard time letting go of those and realizing that essential oils were in scripture, realizing that crystals were in scripture, realizing the energy that that was there. And it was a process, definitely. But it slowly began to open my eyes to more and more things. And somewhere in this walk, I found the emotion code. If you're not familiar with it, a quick little explanation, and can definitely be explained more deeply, but it was developed by Bradley Nelson, and it's using muscle testing to identify trapped emotions that can block us from anything from success to healthy relationships or healing in our physical bodies to lots of other issues with our finances. So when I began to release that need for control by using the emotion code and all these other modalities that I've acquired, it began to allow me to strengthen my marriage, my relationship with my children. It allowed me to deepen my relationship with my creator and that inner knowing of trusting myself and my intuition. It also allowed me to begin to dream and begin to go, you know what, I'm here for a reason. And it helped me to begin to know that I'm worthy of my dreams. And so I began living them out. Part of that is being here talking to you today. So I'm so grateful for this opportunity to speak into your life, because letting go of control and living in the flow has helped me to harness so much of that intuition and allows me to walk in the faith that if I can dream it, I can do it. And if I can do it, you can do it. So it's there, it's possible. And I'm just, I'm pleased to report that to you. So just when I thought, though, that I had conquered this need to control, 2020 showed up, and we all know about 2020, but it definitely showed me that I cannot effectively control anything outside of myself. My family and I experienced many, many tragedies and traumas this year that if 2020 wasn't enough with everything that everyone else knows about. But one of the things that happened, we had fires on all four sides of our property. And it was coming at us from all four directions. And so one day I told my daughters, I said, go ahead and pack your stuff. Anything that you think might be important, if we have to evacuate, just have it ready to go in case. And then you want to know what I did? I went and I sat on the couch. I completely froze. Like, I knew there was potential danger. I knew that I should be, right? I should be doing something different. And I just sat there. And even though they got the fires out and we didn't have to evacuate, I was left with pondering, what was this all about? So through much work and exploring this, I realized that there was a new layer of control that was begging for attention. My new pattern had become, when I couldn't control things, I would just shut down and retreat internally. So much healing has happened since then, and much more. I just turned it up. This year has really been about healing for me personally. I've done a little bit of work, but really spending time on me so that I could give better to you and others that are called to work with me. Um, so I did extensive work using emotion code, using body code, um, on myself, and then also utilizing other gifted healers like Kristen. She's the beautiful soul who organized this healathon. I'm very grateful for her. I also worked with essential oils, the flowology protocols that I mentioned earlier, and healing circles that I have started offering actually, because of how powerful they were. I practiced lots and lots of meditation, movement, and mindful exercises to shift out of this. So at this point, I'm still not batting 1,000. I do sometimes still react in that control. I've got to do the, oh, but wait. Because now of the healing that I've witnessed and experienced for myself, I am more able to realize when I'm in that space and then shift it. One resource that is totally invaluable for me is the friends that I have now, the friends that I've attracted because of my new energy level. I'm attracting healer friends and people who are excited about life and who are grateful and also live in their flow. But I also appreciate the value of the professionals who, most of them, many of them are friends. Also, that just really want to speak into your life, that really want a desire. They desire to see you succeed also. So I really encourage you to reach out to any of the healers that really speak to you or resonate with you, because it's invaluable and we all need support. We all need encouragement. I know for a fact that the support and encouragement that I have created in my own manifesting of friendships and personal relationships, that my oldest daughter just recently received her driver's license. And even before she had passed the test, she already had plans to drive on her own. And several months ago, it would have been a struggle. But really, honestly, the day that she went out and she did her thing, there was no contention within me, and it was so great to be able to let go of that control and to allow her to grow in her own way, and to bloom. So I'm very, very excited about that. So quick recap of different emotions that we might experience. Low vibrating force. I have to, I must, I should. Those sorts of emotions are like pride and anger and fear. Fear all dictates a lot of things. Grief, guilt, or shame. Those are all really low vibrating energies, and they hold us in that place of we don't have an option. We don't have a choice. So when we are in the flow, we're coming from emotions like courage and joy and peace and love, and really it just feels different. Physically, you can feel it. People can see it differently when you're coming from these emotions. So I encourage you to begin your own walk, or to continue on your walk. If you're here, you're already on a walk. So continue your walk to releasing negative traumas, emotions, beliefs. You can use emotion code, you can use essential oils and flowology, or any other modality that I offer, or any of the healers that are here in this event, or any other healers that you come across, or that your creator, your source leads you to, because they're invaluable and you have your own walk. Um, and it's really awesome when we begin to follow our giftings and our leadings to where you can live your life in the flow. You'll be able to trust your intuition deeper, and that guidance that you get from your inner wisdom. And I personally have learned that this is much more peaceful than being stressed out and feeling like I had the responsibility to control everything. So it's not like that, just that responsibility is gone when I allow others to do their thing and walk out their life. It is very important to also know that oftentimes when we follow our intuition and we get these leadings, it won't always make logical sense. And sometimes we have to shut our brain down in order for our intuition to flow through us, because our brains are oftentimes where we can pull up the but what ifs and, well, I should be doing this instead, or it's real easy to get out of flow if we start overthinking the messages that we're receiving. So I invite you to follow the steps that I'm about to give you, so that you can begin to release some emotions that might have been impeding your decision making, or your ability to see solutions for some situations in your life. So imagine a situation that you would like a solution to. The bigger the better. Need to have some emotional charge to it. So close your eyes and take a deep breath. Begin to scan your body. What are you feeling? How is your body talking to you? Is there pain, tension? Where is this discomfort occurring in your body? All of our body parts and the sensations hold clues to what it is that's seeking to be released. Now recall your question that you would like a solution for. What about this situation is asking for you to control it? Where do you think you need to put your input in, or to dictate what or how it goes? Now, ask yourself these questions. What is the worst that could happen if I relinquish my need for control? What if there's no problem? What if it was easy? What if the solution was just marvelously easy? So as you're exploring these questions, pay attention to your body again. What shifts are you feeling? What changes might be occurring? What emotions surfaced? Take a moment and sit with these emotions and identify them. Notice how they make you feel in your body. When you're ready to release them, make that decision and set the intention that you're going to release them right now. You're going to take a deep breath in, and as you release it, say, I choose to release fear, doubt, worry, anxiety, whatever emotion that is that came to you, or emotions. Breathe it all the way out, imagining that emotion leaving your body. Now take a deep breath again. Now, imagine, what if all of this worked out perfectly for the greater good for everyone involved? What does that look like? What does it feel like? What expressions do you see on others' faces who also are benefiting from this situation turning out well? What is the solution? The feeling of it. Get in that vibration and sit there for a second and just feel how wonderful it is that, remember, what if it was easy? So easily worked out. How does that feel? Yeah, you're getting it. You're feeling it. Do you feel a smile on your face? Take a deep breath in and set that in to know what you're feeling. Just revel in it for a minute. Memory can also be a future thing. We remember things as if they were already occurring. So we're setting the intention that this solution has already turned out for the best for everyone, and it was easy. So now when you're ready, wiggle your fingers and toes and open your eyes. How does that feel? Yeah, it feels good, right? We've solved a big problem and it was easy. So when we're ready, we can step into the next step, which is the action steps. So here's the 5 S's. Number 1, source. We're going to ask God, the divine, the universe, our higher power, whomever you address, what steps may I take to serve this situation? Without thinking logically or practically, because we know about thinking ourselves out of things, write a list of all images, thoughts, and inspirations that come to you. Try to come up with as many as possible. 15 to 20 is a good minimum. But if you get something that doesn't make sense, like look under the couch, write it down anyway, because you never know what might be under the couch that you might need. Number 2, sort. You're going to circle 2 or 3 of these items from this list that have an energy to them. That's, you look at your list and this one jumps out. That's you just feel that this one is the right answer. So circle 2 or 3 of those that have an energy that you go, yeah, this is it. Number 3 is select. Select the order in which you will take these actions. So number them 1, 2, and 3. Number 1 is, oh yeah, I got to do that right now. Number 2 is like, yep, that's next. So you get it. Put them in order. Number 4 is schedule. So by when? When are you going to do these things? When are you going to commit to yourself to do this? So pull out your calendar and actually write down a date by when you are going to do this action step. And then number 5 is to serve. So we keep our agreements with our goal and our dream, and that's taking those steps. That's working it out step by step. If you have any questions, this is a great time to ask. Any comments, any thoughts. This is just the beginning, or just one way to release emotions that tempt you to think that you need to control, rather than living your life in your flow, to the fullest in your flow. So remember those free sessions I mentioned? Don't forget to drop a comment of your biggest takeaway, anything that you've gotten from this, from our time together, to be entered to win. I do offer custom coaching packages, blending coaching with any combination of energy healings. I do offer the group healing circles I told you about. We're in the middle of one right now, and it's just really been a special time. And I believe that they are so special because of the support and encouragement that you get from other women as well as myself on your own healing journey. I also offer private energy healing sessions, and I love doing retreats. And so when this 2020 mess goes away, then I will be stepping into that even more than what I have in the past. So I'm really super excited about that and grateful. So please check out my website at Living the Whole Life, livingthewhole.life, if you resonate with me and feel like I might be someone that could help you on your walk, your journey to health, your journey to healing. So for more information about me or any of the ways that I might could serve you, definitely schedule a consultation so that we can chat and see if we are fit and to set you on your right path. Even if we're not a fit, we can definitely get you excited about things anyway. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Living the Whole Life. I'll drop those links in the comments as well as my website. So don't forget, comment your biggest takeaway or questions for a chance to win one of these 2 custom sessions. And as as I said before, I'm Carrie Ralston Jackson, your life transformation specialist, empowering you to live your life of purpose on purpose. I'm so grateful for the time that we spent together today. Blessings to you.